Hello there, good people of the world who just so happen to roam across this video. This is episode 7 of the Megatech DLC series, and in this one we are going to be building another megastructure, which is quite ideal, because that is the entire thing with Megatech, is building megastructures, but I don't really know which one I'm going to be building yet. So, that's a thing, and, well, that's an unfortunate thing too, isn't it? Alright, so the Biodome was the one I was wanting to do next, because I do know that I was wanting a bunch of plant seeds for the museum megastructure, and, if we're going to get a bunch of seeds, we're going to want to use the Biodome, because automating plants manually otherwise, that's not the best thing ever. It's actually the worst thing ever is what it is. So if we're going to want to automate growing plants, I've been told by those in the comments that the Biodome is going to be the way to do that. So I suppose it'd be appropriate to go ahead and do that. I got to hit the safety button, I believe, and then the green button, and then it starts working. I'm not in its range, preventing it from doing so. Then this is where things get scary, because it pops up the platform that tells us what we need to craft it, and that's never good news. It's always really bad news. In fact, it's going to be expensive. That's the way life is all the time. So, 250 resin, 150 organic, 30 steel, 40 glass, 100 ammonium. So, I already can see what the main villain's going to be, right? 250 resin's no big deal. 150 organic's no big deal. 30 steel, not really a big deal. 40 glass, not a big deal at all. 100 ammonium. That could be a nuisance. There are many reasons why that could be a nuisance. But it's not going to be too bad, because I do have a ton of scrap from where I recorded the last video. Well, it may be the case that I had plenty of scrap from the last video, but I in fact needed more soil, and so I decided that it would be appropriate to gather that rover style real quick. Well, I was sitting here thinking, and I was just going to get a bunch of scrap, which I already have, and I was going to take that scrap back and use it to get the ammonium, because I believe it is 1 scrap becomes 2 ammonium. I suppose I could check. 1 scrap. No, 1 scrap becomes 1 ammonium. I'm dumb. It's 2 soil canisters of soil to get 1 ammonium in the soil centrifuge, but it's twice as cheap if we first convert that soil to scrap. It becomes 1 scrap gets 1 ammonium. So essentially, we need 100 scrap to get the 100 ammonium we need, and I was just going to take 100 scrap back with me to get the 100 ammonium, but I kind of realized, like, that's the dumbest thing ever, because the way I literally designed the system was so that I could just plop a trade platform on it and automate it to get whatever I want. And in this case, whatever I want is ammonium. I want 100 of it, and so I can put the soil on here, just 100 soil, because 1 soil becomes 1 scrap with this conversion. Then this will give me... This one has 72 soil in it, so that would give me 72 ammonium. And so now I kind of, like, don't really... I guess I'll try to manually take soil out of one of these other ones so that I don't get way too much ammonium, because I don't really feel like storing a whole bunch extra. That's what we'll do, and that's kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. Oh, but yeah, we got the ammonium gathering automatically on Aatrox. We're getting 100 of it, and so all I needed was 100 soil canisters full of soil, no big deal. And, yeah, because, you know, you can gather that pretty quickly with the rover. Now I'm just going to do the quartz, I guess, which has to be smelted, but again, shouldn't be a big deal, because I can just switch out these en masse just like this. And so, getting the 40 glass pretty much already taken care of. I just got to let these do their thing a little bit longer. Not even too much longer, really, in particular. And so, once I get the glass, I'll start working on the resin. That's going to be a bigger deal. As such, I'm going to pretty much require a large resource canister, because realistically, if I'm going to store 250 resin, I don't need a large resource canister, but it would be kind of foolish to do anything else. Oh, but yeah, this one's 32. This one's going to be 8, so this should be all of the, that should be all of the glass gathered, and then it will be, that's a pretty efficient way to store it, I think. I don't want to use 2 medium resource canisters on it, when I can just do an extra medium storage like that, which would be the glass taken care of, which leaves only the resin, the steel, and the organic, which I keep forgetting needs to be set up quite urgently so that it can just start gathering. I do need another large resource canister for the resin, but I'm going to use this one for the the organic, just because, again, I want to get that started now. Because it's like, I could be waiting on that, like, not too long. It's not going to take very long. It's not. I hate to, like, exaggerate how long that's going to take. But it's not, like, it's not going to be a fun wait either, if that's the last thing left and we're just sitting there. Anyways, that's going to be the organic we need gathering, and we're going to end up getting way more than we need, because there's not really a way for me to regulate the tapper without going through some advanced automation. So we're just going to do that. We're going to get too much. probably. I mean, I might be able to stop it at around the correct time. But this is going to be the very last of our quartz getting smelted for the glass we need, which will leave us with organic and steel, I believe, is the last items. But what I'm going to do in this world is check, because when I don't check, I know nothing. It's a good thing we're getting some extra organic, because we need 30 organic for the steel, because we need 30 carbon for the steel, right? Steel is iron, carbon, and argon. We don't have as much argon as we need, but we have it set up on a glacio to gather automatically, so it's as easy as going there, because I do have some there. So organic being dealt with, ammonium probably almost dealt with by now. We left it on Aatrox to do it by itself. Glass dealt with. So I need to deal with the resin, which I have enough soil for. Anyways, going to be gathering the resin now. We're going to set it to automatically gather because we have enough to store a whole bunch here. The problem is I'm probably going to overshoot a little bit, but having a little extra resin in this life never hurt anyone, and it will probably vanish quite quickly because of how often it is used. 30 steel, though. I am correct. That is the last thing we have to worry about. Everything else is mostly automated. And by mostly automated, I mean utterly automated. I just am not fast at coming up with the right words. So instead, I come up with the wrong words fast. I just realized how annoying this is going to be. Getting 30 this slow. Ooh, well, changed my mind. We're not getting up the scrap. I need to set up a automatic scrap to something on this planet. I have it on Aatrox, but and that might sound redundant, but I want to use the Aatrox one for if I need like a lot of something. Like if we're getting 100 ammonium, it's like, yeah, I'm going to use Aatrox one for that. It's like overkill to use it for stuff we don't need much of, because if I put like iron on that one, we would get so much iron. We don't want so much iron. But also, getting iron this way is, like, too slow, so it's like a curse. This, I'm pretty sure, is where I left the argon. It's dumb to have to remember this stuff. It's more than dumb to have to remember this stuff. One might even say it is stupid to have to remember this stuff. But I digress. I don't digress, actually. The main course here is that I'm a fool. But, look, that should be enough argon, probably. We're mostly just hoping that's enough argon, as I do not have evidence to support that claim because I have not done math. It is not enough, but I have one more on the home. I have like enough if you combine it with what I have on the home planet. So yeah, I just did math in my head, and it took less than 2 hours. This is a historical moment for me. We are also getting iron. We are getting the iron for steel. Alright, so I just went to Glacio and got a bunch of iron, which we are going to use for the steel, which means we are very close to finished here. Once this gets put in here, we're going to have enough iron for the steel, and then it's a matter of turning this organic into carbon so we can combine them. When I went to Glacio to get the iron, I also got all the argon we need for the steel, so the steel is done once everything is smelted. The only other thing would be the organic, which you can see that's done as well. We got 150 organic. That's what we needed. And the resin, which is getting there fast. We only need 100 more resin to make it 250. We're going to be done pretty much soon. And so, yeah, once I get that all gathered, I'll be back. And then we'll craft it. And then we'll see what it does, probably. I think I'll have enough time. Oh, yeah, I have enough time for that. Record speech today. All right, so we are back, and we now have everything we need to get this thing started crafting. I'm gonna be frank with you. I really don't know what to expect, especially since it says I don't have enough, but I do. Let me put that there. Okay, so now we have what we need to craft it. We're gonna go ahead and do so. And stage 1, so there is a stage 2, and I can't really tell you what exactly that means, like in terms of how it affects this thing, because I don't even know what it does, but we are going to find out together right very now. All right, we got this son of a gun crafted, and I don't really know exactly what it does, but it says a peaceful place to plant. It says a peaceful place to plant. A peaceful oh my gosh, I'm not even like messing. A peaceful place to plant and harvest plants. Automate the process and gain planetary buffs. So, it says a peaceful place to plant and harvest. I'm going to assume that the automation takes place by its own, because if I have to make it take place, that's going to be an issue on account of the fact that I don't know how. It only takes 10 units of power a second, so for the sake of this video, for right now, we are going to hook that up to our main base. I don't want to fool with setting up power in this video because, well, I think it's pretty intuitive why I don't want to. I just don't feel like it. But yes, I don't know if I mentioned this before. It is important for us to have a way to get a bunch of seeds, and the reason it is important for us to have a way to get a bunch of seeds is because we need the seeds for the museum Megatech structure thing over there. And so if we can automate them, well, you know, that gives us a whole bunch of seeds, and so that's taken care of just like that, which is why I should have put it closer, as someone in the chat suggested. I should have put it closer to the museum so that I could just move them straight over. But you're looking at an idiot. All right, well, we got the seeds here. We got the biodome. Let's see. I'm assuming they go in these slots. Okay. And it's growing, which is what we expected. Oh, my goodness. That is beautiful. Look at me planting the plants in the biodome. Oh, yeah, by the way, for those of you who are watching the YouTube video, I am streaming right now. And someone in the chat has, unfortunately, informed me that the biodome does not automate the gathering of seeds until stage 3. All right, well, we got all these slots here filled up with the plants, and again, unfortunately, we cannot automate them yet. So that's the big sucky thing about life right now. But they do every once in a while drop compound. These do, and each plant has a different resource it drops. I have been informed in my stream. So whenever it gets automated, you can automate it to get resources, evidently, and presumably the seeds as well from them, because you do need seeds in this life, but I don't really know. But we're going to have to automate it in a different one, and so that's going to be the end of this one, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.